actions and institutions. And we're picking up from our work this afternoon. We have shifted gears. We are now working on H50, which deals with doing an inventory of state-owned properties, buildings, and land. See if any of those vacant buildings or any land might be usable for affordable housing projects. And we worked with the Commissioner of BGS. Oh, this is the other thing we need to do. As a reporter of the bill, we work with Phil, folks who have testified on the bill. Because that has to be given.
I'll work on that.
Yeah, that has to be given. You do the report on the floor. And the other thing too, that's really important, I think of it, and this is more for our kids apart, Bill. You really shouldn't say names of organizations on the floor.
Right.
Period. So in reporting the bill, you shouldn't even really mention kids apart. Just say a nonprofit group could provide these services.
Mhm.
And people have gotten really
Loosey goosey with that.
about saying names. And the reason that we don't say names about, well, my local grocer, Mr. Jones,
Right.
or the widow down the street, Mrs. Who, you're broadcasting that all out to the world, and those folks may not want their names to be broadcast. So you can say the grocery store down the road, down in my community, or a neighbor of mine. You know, an environmental group could be CLF, or a contracting group could be AGC. And if you say those names on the floor, people automatically have a reaction either way to some of those organizations. So it really taints the conversation, and that's why it's not allowed. People have been saying names on the floor,
Yeah.
and you really shouldn't.
But even in a much higher level than that, where you don't say Representative Luno on the floor, you say the member from St. Albans City. You know, like names are supposed to be. It's not supposed to be named like Allison said. It's not supposed to be named before.
Well, there's a lot of protocol and decorum, and we're losing a lot of that, and then it turns personal. And a lot of it, the decorum and the protocol is there so that debates do not turn personal.
Yep.
It's really important because sometimes emotions get pretty high and heated times.
They haven't yet, but the issues will get more serious.
And so just little tidbits there, whatever it's worth. For folks. I'm too much.
Duly
of the old-
noted.
I'm just too much of the old school. So I learned differently.
No, it's falling apart.
It is, it's really falling apart. So let's go to H50 and, what I'd like to do, we went through it pretty regularly this morning. So let's do our line by line.
Alice, first, can we take 219 and move it to the acted on section, or is that a whole different process?
We did, yeah.
We should have special
Progress.
music.
What
would you like? We
Really,
should have special music.
Like I should get a gold star, maybe.
I can hear the anthem to Rocky right now when he's training.
Take it easy there, Representative from Burlington.
Could we stick a star on it?
yeah, right.
Okay,
We didn't get any more stars, did we?
we're not going in probably for a while.
James, we want a star on it.
We should have gotten the star today because we were all out of here, by the way.
You're right. I
We were
know.
gone.
I'm
saying
gone.
you can take one of the
I
gold stars
made sure of
and
it.
give it
I don't know.
Maybe they didn't come
Go
through.
right ahead, give Troy his due.
You
You
too.
get a hold of Molly right now and
I am.
file your protest.
We'll tell this is Friday.
Say children.
I know.
So they won't stop until I
See,
do it.
we've got a star
Oh my
on it.
God.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, section 1, that's on line 7. This is current law. Again, where you see it underlined is proposed new language. Okay, so just read it to yourself. If you got questions on the first page for E or G, speak up.
Line 12, I need to be reminded, are we keeping in biannually? I can't remember.
Well, it's current law.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm looking at, really, it's
Oh.
like, that's current law,
yeah.
no biannually.
She said, no.
Now, is that twice a year or once a year? It's twice a year. That's current law.
Technically.
Well, we ain't doing it.
Well, but she said she didn't want to do it twice a year.
Yeah, but that's current law.
No, she said that she does it once a year.
Right.
Shall
And doesn't-
maintain
Same doesn't-
inventory of all state buildings and land and shall biannually
Yeah,
comply and update the information received under subsection G. So subsection G is where the head of each agency prepares and forwards to the commissioner the inventory of square footage, it's in use, square footage not in use, that whole bit.
mm-hmm.
Is there a conflict there?
So the commissioner felt that this morning, felt that biannually in section E and annually in section G were compatible.
We weren't gonna do biannually.
No, that was in the other section.
Oh,
This is already current law.
oh, okay.
Right, because line
She
19,
does it annually.
line 19 says annually.
I mean, I bet biannually is in those green books a lot, you know, if there's a question about the word, maybe there should be a technical
Well-
amendment.
Well, it's funny not to get off topic, but if you look up the words. So biannually obviously means what Brian said it meant, and it also says that it's commonly used to mean the opposite, so incorrectly, but it's colloquially become
Mhm, mhm.
biannually is because apparently a lot of people didn't know biennial.
I would say leave it as it
Well,
is.
and she did say, I don't know that I agree, but she did say that it was compatible in her mind.
Yeah, how
So-
it's compatible, I don't know.
Yeah.
And John didn't catch it if that's the case too, so I'd leave it.
Connor. Line 4.
Page one,
One or two.
One.
line 4.
Yeah.
The top.
Version of a house.
Yeah. So that's the title as it was introduced, right?
Right.
Yeah. I don't think at this point you'd be playing around with the title of it.
No, you can't.
No,
No, it can only be amended after.
Do you want quotations around affordable? So you've got a quotation around housing.
no, it's,
that's the
uh,
whole-
it's the act.
Oh, the act, okay,
I had the
wasn't
same question. I was like, wait,
stupid. Didn't look back.
That would make sense though, you know, affordable because it never.
I guess that's, I mean,
yeah, but that's, so anyways. First page is fine with me.
Second page, paper ready.
Need commas on the, in its inventory in a format prescribed by the commissioner. That's a prepositional phrase.
Yeah, I just said that out, I guess.
Yeah, right.
After indicated commissioner.
Yep.
Another draft.
Yep. You see what we're talking about, Connor?
Mhm.
Let's see if John is available. I mean, I really hate to do
Yeah.
this.
Oops.
I
Yeah.
mean, that means. a lot.
where are you reading that? The bottom or the
Right
top
on
two?
page 2.
4 through 6, comma after inventory, comma after
Got
commissioner.
it. Thank you.
Mr. Preparatory Phrase over there.
Yeah, that's true.
It is true. I mean, let's not get into the Oxford comma though, okay, guys?
I'll go there with you.
I'll go there.
I'm staying out of it.
Comma, because I want to.
Come on in, whoever you are.
Entree.
I'm always scared of mine.
I was hoping that was,
That may be true.
Oh,
Maybe
Who?
trimmer.
He can come in, he knows that.
I'm fine with the rest of it. We need to make those commas, and it's not gonna kill it.
How do you feel about it, Kyle?
Oh, I'm all set, yeah.
I mean, if the modifications is strictly those two commas, can we vote on it with correction, or you have to get another?
I have to get another draft number.
Yeah, we have to, because when you.
So you got draft 2.1.
Even,
Uh,
even if.
So you can get another draft number, which I'm assuming would be 3.1. This one's going.
Right.
Well, that's the other part, like, it's,
That's always
yeah,
different.
it's,
I don't understand.
there's an actual reason why they'll change the point is to 3, you know?
I don't know.
And Keith explained to us upstairs, but it's been a couple of years since that happened, so I forget why. But there's a different reasons why it changed the first versus the after the point.
So if you're concerned about the title of the bill, go to lines 14 on page 2.
It'd be just like we did in the last bill where we changed.
Excellent.
Takes effect after it becomes
No,
law.
because I think that's like almost too narrow. You want it to just, you know,
Yeah, no, I'm with you, yeah.
yeah, that's great. I'm glad.
You guys are agreeing.
So you sent John an email.
I sent him a note, I don't have his phone number, I give my shout.
I have his number.
Are we gonna vote on this?
Not unless we get John.
Oh, he just responded, yes, I can, I said the comment editors are feeling feisty.
Because I gotta.
I guess I'll hear what they're thinking when I get up there.
Is that what he said?
We're ready to vote. We just need to know a draft number.
Just tell them we're adding 2 commas.
I don't really need
So
them.
he's coming.
Good.
And while we have a second, Phil,
Oh,
am I writing it an act relating
Yes.
to identifying state real
Yes.
property suitable for into
Yes.
affordable housing, the first
Yes.
one? Okay,
Yes, because the other name has not switched.
okay.
It doesn't switch until after it becomes law.
yeah.
So looking at.
I thought originally you took your phone to message Gray, but then he messaged, or he answered.
I wonder if I do have. Yeah, I do.
Phew, thank
I
you.
do have his number.
And by the way, they don't give you enough space to write the acts on the title here.
That's how big you write, Sean.
Pretty, I mean, probably too big.
Yeah, your syrup there. You go.
What's that, huh?
Yeah,
For
sure.
yours?
I brought mine home. Not that I don't have gallons and gallons of it anymore.
Yeah, I got some of them too. I also. Having him come all this way for a couple commas. You know what? He can hang around.
That's
while
all
we
right. He
look
can
up
give me the DR number. Because he'll have that.
The DR number?
Yeah, at the top of this, the record of action B is I didn't have it for the other one. Ben gave it to me.
What is
This
this?
thing, 38130AV.1, where's that? Oh, it's at the bottom. Look at you. You've done this before.
Some of us have been
Not
around.
their first rodeo.
My first rodeo. I tell you.
He just got a message from Nigel. They need a PDF format of 219 rather than just the Word document I sent you.
So, tell Nigel to. I'll be right on that. I mean, I'll do it, but so what do I have to do? Like,
You can just save that.
Save it.
Save it and
Okay.
then you can save it as a PDF.
okay, great.
It was easier walking a piece of paper down and giving
Yeah,
it
it
to him.
was.
It would have been.
It used not, so it was.
Till COVID.
Is this gonna be V2 or V3 that we're gonna
We
do?
don't know yet.
Okay, so I gotta. Okay, whiteout time. A clerk's favorite president.
You're getting a little too excited over there, Sean.
Probably V3.
Okay, well, I'm gonna wait and fill that in later.
That's my hunch. Poor John. It'd be good for him to be here. Maybe he can get away from some of his work and relax.
And will this be favorable with an amendment? Or favorable?
It'll be draft, whatever it is, paper. That's amended and draft, blah, blah, blah.
Okay,
Oh, for the circle.
for the circle
Circle favorable with
with
an
amendment, right?
because it's a strike law.
Okay,
That's why. If you voted the bill out as it was introduced, it would be favorable.
right.
That's
But
very
Con-
few bills.
but Connor couldn't get that right even on something.
Tell you,
Jesus, you got a bill out.
yeah, that's,
That's a first.
that is a first.
I mean, each of you got a.
Sadly, my Irish trade bill last year,
Now,
it faded the
I
Senate, but,
didn't see the amendment. He's gotta
You
have,
mean the kangaroo skin thing?
he's gotta have
Look at
attached a bathroom to every single one of these projects that.
no kangaroos this year.
We got a couple of commas.
We're so happy to see you again. You
Yeah.
ran up here for 2 commas.
Yeah, they've got a powerful lust to taint this bill.
I was prepared to say.
Oh, you can stay. We're gonna do markup.
He's going over my dead body.
I see what's actually happening here. Okay. These comments even real?
Yeah. We had a couple commas. That's gonna change. We want to vote it out,
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's gonna change the draft. Can't vote out until we have a clean draft.
I think we should play the Rocky music because he ran over here to do these 2.
Open up your soda. It just settled.
Well, I was thinking maybe this was a nice break for you.
Bio.
That's good. It's good.
They're good.
Vinegar, yeah, it's good.
They're good.
What is this? It's soda?
It's not.
It's like an apple cider vinegar based
probiotic
flavor drink,
Yes.
whatever that means.
That's why you get
And it's sweetened with organic honey.
I got honey and vinegar right here. And water. Mix it up at home. Oh, wow. Wonder how that tastes though. So we are adding a couple commas, what you bring up. Is it up, page 50?
Oh, do you want me to?
No, and you're,
I have it on my screen.
okay, it's on page 2. It's lines 4 through 6, or 4 and 5.
Okay.
The head of each agency shall additionally indicate, comma, in its inventory in a format prescribed by the commissioner, comma. And you're gonna push back on that, right?
Can I ask why you want to do this?
I got comma people.
It's a prepositional phrase. That's what
There you go. That's what you're up against here in HDI.
I will just say that both I and the editing team are cool with this. And it says what it says, and you're not proposing to change the meaning of what it says.
Simply get away with it, John, that's what I don't like.
Let's just stick with version.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think we're done here.
Scared.
like.
I mean,
Like to see it.
Get a little punchy on a Friday afternoon.
I don't like.
He sat down and he
Friday
held his.
afternoon before time.
Bob Ashton would have marked me for that.
Tell you,
I would have got 5-6 points off my paper.
I don't like siding with Troy, but.
No,
grammar is.
very good in school, so.
They teach you never does it.
No shot.
I reserve the right to bring this up on the floor.
Troy starts grilling you.
I think we actually have John.
Interrogate me.
Favorable amendment.
There's always a couple people in the committee about commas and semicolons.
I will say, when I go back, I will talk to my editing team and see how they feel.
We're all gonna vote. We wanna vote the bill out.
Yes, that was my hope, is that you could do
Yeah,
that
all
without me needing to do
Right.
that.
So even though it's rubbery.
I do hear an
Super
amendment
duper.
coming.
I want to go eat my M&Ms. I didn't bring those with me.
You don't wanna stay for us to continue mark on the spreadsheet?
It sounds very exciting, but it's a
Oh, come on. It's more
afternoon. And,
more exciting
He's got a
than
lovely drink.
you know, there's so much. I'm
So
recovering from this morning's testimony.
is the English languages.
So we
The-
need,
Oh, this thing that
we're gonna vote this
Let it go.
out.
I let it go.
We're letting it go.
We're letting
Okay,
it go.
you just want the This amendment? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we need a
Preferably in a PDF form.
PDF
For sure.
form, because we need to send it down to the clerk's office.
We,
Okay, so while John is here,
Mhm.
we've read the language. Are there any questions outside of the commas?
Hold on.
What are you doing?
Really shy. He came in, comma.
It's like
He
you
sat
come
down,
to see
comma.
it for a minute.
And he held his
All
ground.
the commas.
Comma, and he held his
This
ground.
might be semicolon.
The whole semicolon.
Lawyers want to do it.
I understand people's
Still.
feelings about that.
Yes.
He's been gunning for me the whole time.
So we're
Oh, yeah.
testing
That's a
Will.
lie.
Like a somewhat more forceful.
Well, we use it
Easier for
distinctively.
Brian to
in
get
this-
up and open the door
Yeah,
and point at him.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, it's not. The way people use.
When it's, there's a.
Okay, folks.
Set up,
Guys.
So we're ready to vote out H fifty. So I would entertain a motion to amend, to vote out H 50 as amended. Voted out favorably as amended, draft number 2.1.
So move.
I'll second.
Kevin has moved and Bill has seconded.
Hold on, you're moving too fast. for
It's
me.
right here.
I know, but I want to write that down on something else too. Actually, I'll write it on this.
So it's draft 2.1.
And moved by who?
It's moved by Kevin Winters.
Kevin
and seconded by Will Greer.
All right, thank you.
So it's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Representative Casey,
Yes.
Representative Galfetti. Absent. Representative Greer,
Yes.
Representative Hedrick.
Oh, God.
Yes.
You're gonna explain your vote?
Comma with reservations.
Representative Luno,
Yes.
Representative Minier,
Oh, yes.
Representative Morrissey.
Staying because there's no comments. Yes, yes, I'm kidding.
Representative Winter,
Yes.
Representative Sweeney, yes. Representative Gregoire,
Yes.
and Representative Madam Chair Emmons.
Yes. 10-0. Good. And then change to my report.
Yep.
All right.
So
They say that modern
I mean-
politics are divisive.
Everybody.
They say that modern politics are divisive, but this is confusing.
all right.
It's gonna be a little embarrassing without those comments.
And double checking favorable with amendment on
You're
this?
back.
Yes.
Yeah. You're back.
Okay.
So the
Talked about it, but took that.
PDF.
Wanted those commas.
Sorry?
The PDF,
Yes.
it should go to representative.
Okay, I just sent it to, okay,
Sean, you can send it to me.
okay.
Whatever, send it,
I'll just, yes,
whatever.
I will forward that to that crew.
And this will be this will be version 2?
2.1.
Draft 2.1.
Are you talking about that number?
No, the DR number for committee bills. It's 381373
Oh, you need the document number.
V2 dot.
Yes, it's 38137, version 2.
Thank you. And then the draft,
2.1.
2.1.
thank you.
Please have a wonderful week with.
You sure you don't want to stay for the next half hour and just kind of watch us figure out money?
In New York,
We
making
already
money.
made some cuts.
Okay.
Got it.
What language do we need to have? While John is here, there was language that we can
Yeah,
get.
Randall transfer in Waterboro.
No, it was something today, language.
New stuff.
Well, there's definitely notwithstanding.
What do we want it back?
On what?
On line 13. Definitely, because we're notwithstanding some 2015 funds specifically to that project. And then I have a slew.
38,000 previous, is that what it is?
58.
It's
It's,
58, I had 38.
I can tell you very specifically what, it's more than 58, but
And while John's here, you can plug that in.
I mean, I have a lot, there's gonna be a lot of notwithstanding when we get to reallocate.
Why don't you wait then, and then we can give, if you can make a note, John, and just say notwithstanding language with reallocations.
Okay.
Why don't we do?
Yeah, there's probably 5 to 8 of them, if I remember right.
Yeah, why don't we wait on that and do it all at once?
And if it's helpful for me to meet with repo team or, whatever. I can meet in groups with people too.
Scott will have them.
Okay, okay.
The other thing,
Sorry.
No, I'm just trying, oh, there.
No, thank you, Jonathan, I got it.
Very nice.
and the other thing that we are looking at is there's been a request, I don't know if we can, how we can phrase this in language. But when the governor proposes, when they put together the book for the capital budget,
Mhm.
there used to be, they've stopped doing this past few years, and Mary is suggesting that we put in language requiring this. When they give you the book, when they give you a paragraph in terms of what the dollar amount was, they used to always have like a chart with that explained either what it was going to be used for, or how much had already been appropriated to date. And they don't do that anymore. And BGS now, when they've come in with their documents, they do put together a chart here, but that's because we asked them to.
Mhm.
But I don't know if there's, we talked about it this morning, they said, can't we put some language in the capital bill to require the administration to do it? So I don't know.
Okay, I guess my first thought was that there's probably a non-legislative way to accomplish this, but if you wanted to do it legislatively, I can check and see what formatting is like how the current provision of the booklet in the first place is arranged. If that's not currently done in statute, I would think it would be something you do informally, but if it's done in statute, it wouldn't be hard to change the formatting and say shall include, so.
Just want to make.
That makes sense.
I just want to make sure it's done because also to just,
But it's getting more complicated, John, because we have a different source of funds. We got bonded and we've got cash. And what's happening now with some of our projects, because things are getting slower to go out the door, but also the projects are getting larger,
Mhm.
dollar amounts. So those dollar amounts are getting allocated and appropriated over
Longer period.
2 bienniums.
Yep.
And unless you've got all those documents, all those previous spreadsheets, you can't keep track of it. And then you've got the other piece of cash. And some of the cash is also on the same projects that are paid for with bonded dollars. And some of the projects are just paid for with cash. They're capital build projects. So it's really getting hard to track all that flow of money.
Yep.
That's what's happening. So we really need to develop a different system.
For sure. I guess, yeah, I can check and see how the current provision is dealt with statutorily if it is. And then we can do a fix to that. And if there is nothing in place, we can either propose including something, or it may make sense just to talk to folks as to like, this isn't effective unless you give us this information. Like, we're going to ask you guys to come back and testify, like I've witnessed some testimony where you guys have asked witnesses to come back because the
Right.
information is insufficient. That's not in their interest. So they should be willing to work with, I don't know, I shouldn't use words like should, but I use that twice.
you would hope.
And then we're also probably, maybe those 3Bs, those private entities,
Uh-huh.
with $1 million each. We don't know quite what we're gonna do with that yet. Some folks want to move that into cash. Some folks don't want to do it. We may need some language around that, one thing, maybe guardrails around that.
Mhm.
In terms of maybe the money isn't released until some things are checked out, whatever those things may be. So that's gonna,
Or contingencies, yeah.
yeah, we're gonna do maybe some requirements there for that. And then you have the Waterbury the Randall Street, that property.
You were mentioning this one.
Yeah, it's part of the language was in 397,
Okay.
and they're taking that section out of that bill.
Oh, okay.
It's in GovOps.
Okay, yeah, I wondered about this specific, okay.
So we're gonna bring that, and talk about that in the committee. And, and then we're gonna have to go back to last year's bill. There's gonna be some things in last year's bill that we're gonna have to update Williston. The land in Williston, I don't know if we're gonna have to look at language or change any of that or just forget about it because they're not going forward with it. And then there's also language for the Salisbury hatchery. And I know they want that continued. And then there is naming of state buildings.
Mhm.
I think they want, I think they want another year to work on that. But they're so dysfunctional, they're not working, but that might change, because there's a different person on there now than was there before. So it may change. So those are things right now I can think about.
Okay, that makes sense. We're seeing who did 397. Okay, Tucker worked on that. I can talk to him. Yeah.
Okay. Because GovOps is gonna drop that section in that bill.
Yeah.
Deals with Waterbury, Randall Street, transferring of land. So we're the ones that work with that, and he did them the accord. Cornfield, one way. That's one I know at this point.
Yeah.
So you can come in here anytime. We're not that boring.
May I suggest something that would incentivize me to come more often? Is if we had I know this room is so small,
Oh, I know.
but there's a way to have like a
Table.
surface area over here, like it would be so helpful.
I was looking at that.
And
Okay,
Katie had mentioned that.
Okay.
Too.
I'm not certain if this just showed up, but if that is adequate, but if it isn't adequate, let me know.
What is the?
It's a
There's a
little.
little stand and it showed up a week and a half.
oh, is that what, okay, I would say it's
More like what?
it's too low. That's like,
Probably
yeah.
not the other.
Yeah.
Like a desk, like upstairs.
Yeah, some of the rooms have more,
No, but we don't,
Well, could we not like repurpose that over there?
that's a filing.
the only real place that I see it working is like this corner. That's,
I looked into that. She came in here a while ago, looked into it.
okay, there's probably some fire thing.
So I mean, the only thing I was thinking of is like a fold up table over there, but that's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's really, it's tough, especially being right by the door. I have creative solutions, but they're insane, so I don't know if we should talk.
Would, can that thing go
A
up?
fold down.
That's exactly what I thought.
That's right. Phil's desk.
That's exactly.
It's useless.
It's useless. It's
I
too
mean, it's great for
low.
a plant.
It's too low, right? You need something
Right, but
higher.
so what John and I both had for an idea is, so Phil's desk is right there. You have a fold up that has a hinge on it
From the back. Yep,
that he sits down and it pulls.
exactly.
So it wouldn't bother to fill it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't touch that space. I don't know how wide you could make it, but obviously.
I wonder if that could be done during the week.
That was literally exactly what I was thinking. If you guys do consider doing that, obviously for one person is great. If it's at all possible to have it slightly longer, because I know both Scott and I will be in here, but it's probably too much to
Not gonna
ask.
work. Somehow that has to get to Agatha, because that's where the, it will come from.
I mean, I can talk to her too. I've asked for tables in other rooms.
Could you talk to her and make that suggestion?
I did get at least one. Yeah, I
Or
can.
could you talk with her and make that suggestion on the back of Phil's table, maybe? Because you could say that table that's put here is too low.
Mhm.
And then maybe while the week we're away, because it would be so nice to have you in the committee. It really would be. Plus you'd be able to get away from some stuff.
Which will still be there for you.
That's what I was gonna say. It continues to exist whether I'm there. or not. That's the problem.
No, but we're more low key, and we're more boring. But we have
Yes.
more fun.
We got M&Ms.
We're into.
Oh, you got
conference.
M&Ms?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have
I'll
all.
tell you guys all the things I love.
Yeah.
Nice magic.
I'll get you some M&Ms.
Little quid, little claw.
But seriously, you know, and I don't know, when we're doing markup, should Phil send you a calendar?
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
because we're gonna be kicking into a lot more of that next week.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, we'll be kicking into a lot more of that next week, whenever we get back.
Obviously, a lot of people are incentivized to get that week as a crazy week.
Yeah,
But right now, my calendar looks okay.
but it'll be crazy.
It will get crazy, but the sooner things go in, the easier it is for me to tell people, you know.
Anything else for John?
Just have a good week off without us.
Thank you.
I
Guys
said,
have a good week too.
yeah, we're just gonna relax and feel better.
So the committee's to get well.
Yeah.
The exception of
I know.
me, I'm the only one that didn't get it, so
yourself.
I'll probably get it next week.
Bennington will get it together, right?
That's why they.
Thank you, John.
See you guys.
Have a good week, Jen.
Have a good one.
So for the committee, you can pull out your spreadsheets. I'd like to get through the DOC piece. We only got a few items, and then we'll call it a day.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you, John.
No, have fun.
Yes, I'm glad we didn't have to do an old draft, really. So the next, we did ADA compliance. So Department of Justice requirement, they want to get it done. We've been doing lots of it. We do this,
Oh, the 2 million?
yes,
Does that finish it up?
I think it does.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I think it does.
Sorry, what line are you?
It's the ADA one, right? It's 25.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I think, yes, it does. They all go out to contracts. I'm working with a contractor for Chittenden. And all work must be completed by October 27th of 25. In
Yeah.
accordance with the DLJ agreement.
Yep.
So that's something we gotta do.
Yeah, I don't think we should mess with that.
So that's gotta stay.
Correctional facilities, safety and security upgrades. We do that pretty much
Yearly, right?
yearly, but we didn't do that last year. That's all, just. Yeah, that's the only thing else. A lot of those could be. I don't think it locks on the door, it's not door controls.
Like security cameras.
Security cameras, that type of thing. A lot of it is secure fencing, suicide prevention, and it's comply with the PREA, which is Prison Rape Elimination Act. We haven't put money in there for a while. So it's 225. And then 200.
Yep.
Are you all right with that?
Yep.
Okay, Marble Valley. Door controls. They're going digital. Now they're just antiquated with lots of wires. The $500,000 is to start and complete design. And they're doing that for Marble Valley. While they do the design for Marble Valley, they will also do the design for St. J. And they're hoping to start construction, in FY 28 and 29, and the project would cost a total of 3.3 million. And it's bumped out to May 7th because just workload for 26, and we'll be able to get to it. The design.
Yep.
We all right with that?
Yes.
St. Johnsbury, As the door controls, what I have is it would finish the project, $7 million project. The RFP is out now.
Mhm.
And construction will occur in late summer or fall of 25.
Mhm.
And they're gonna need to move 30 units to do the work.
In state.
30 beds, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move them.
Good to go.
We good to go on that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
The roof.
Yeah, this one I think we need to spend a little bit of time.
You mentioned moving some money from the booking project.
Yeah, because this is integral to the booking project.
Mhm.
And that was done, booking project is done with cash,
Oh, it was.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we moved some money around last year.
But what, so Troy just said something. So what was your plan or what were you thinking of it?
Well,
Just not trying to find the cash from.
yeah, it's in here, some Northwest booking, 600, no, we did move.
We had 1.1, I think. No, that's what's here.
We moved, there was 600,000 and we moved it. Oh, you know what? I bet you we got rid of it. Because they weren't ready to go forward with it.
Did get rid
Well,
of it.
there's still.
No, we brought it forward. There was 2.6 million we put in last year in bonded dollars.
And then 600 we zeroed out.
Yeah, we basically picked some of that up in cash and bonds.
Yeah.
Because it came in, the governor, we had put 2.5 aside previous year. For FY 25. Where am I?
Got 2.5 right there.
Yeah, I gotta make sure, yeah.
Yep.
And then we added 100,000 to it last year. So we already have 6 million. And this is for booking, expansion, planning, design, and construction, and they haven't really moved forward on this very much.
Yeah,
But it just keeps circling around and around and around.
it's 2020.
We already have 2.6 million.
Yeah, he's in 2.9.
Well, we got 2.6 already,
Right.
and then they're asking for another 1.2 million.
Out to bid spring 24 came in high. Another bid was less than half. They're trying to figure.
Right.
I think we'll be able to find a little room there, being that they haven't moved forward on it.
Yeah, they're regrouping,
Hmm.
trying to figure out what to do.
Maybe push up to 27.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Push it to
Right, because-
27.
Looking at last year's sheets, they really haven't done it.
And you had said when he was here, Alice, that suggested giving Joe flexibility to move money around in this line. item.
Yeah, which means you wouldn't move it. So you know what I would do? Let's see. What have we got to date?
Have FY 24 balance 1.29,
All right,
FY 25 balance 400. And then whatever we did,
they had 2.6 million.
I know, that's what I'm trying to do.
You didn't
the math.
track that.
This is roof replacement Northwest State Correctional Facility, right?
That's what we know.
It's line 11 on the old one, right? On the 24-25.
Yeah, but why do I have FY 25 balance of, oh, maybe that's what they,
There was 400 put in it in 25.
okay. And that's all there. And then I have 1.299749 for FY 24. That's probably the balance left from their PowerPoint.
I don't think so.
No, because I.
Their numbers are not tracking.
Let me, was this one of their mistakes? I'm gonna call up their PowerPoint. Hold on.
Because we put in 2.6 last.
Yes, we did, because it's right here on my sheet
Yeah,
last year.
Hold on. What's in the binder? That matches.
Yeah, I believe that that was money needed to finish.
For the roof replacement, it says FY 26 1.2.
Doesn't really go into the status in the binder description.
Nope. Yeah, 1.2 million.
Yeah, I mean, their dollar numbers aren't, so one, I'm wondering,
Hey, Joe.
You're still on the roof.
Scott. Includes our 230.
That's correct.
Thank you.
What's that?
Just asking.
We don't, there's no 230, maybe it was addressed.
You could just
Oh,
flag it, Chair, and check in with Joe. You know?
yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, there's a real question there.
On the roof.
Well, on the dollar amount,
Right,
because
no,
we
so I
put
mean-
in 2.6.
Yeah.
And if we have language flexibility between the two.
Is. You know, I was out of the room for a second, but is this the part of the roof where they had the bidding issues?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you know what I would do? If we're gonna give them language to move money around. I'd nick them 200,000.
And, and find another 200? Is that what you just said?
They could, so make it a million instead of.
Yeah.
So you want to take 29 and
That's contingent on language being moved, having language move back and forth. So that gives them the flexibility, then we can revisit it next year.
Yep.
All right, this is what I've got from their January presentation on that. FY 24 appropriation was 1.3. Funds expended 251, bringing it to 129,749. FY 25 appropriation was 400,000.
That's what they show, but it doesn't track with what we did. Because we put in our spreadsheet last year. Northwest, booking expansion, planning, design and construction, 2.6 million.
It's right here on the sheet.
What line are you on?
Oh, yeah, over there.
No.
4.
24.
On the 24, 25.
Yes, yes, sir.
So that's not making any sense.
And they spent,
None of it.
Unless they're talking, we put,
I want to look at cash.
it's not cash. Because we had cash last year
600 and we took it
and
out.
we took it out.
Get out.
how far along are they on that project?
Not very far,
Yeah, I was
along.
gonna say, I
They
didn't
didn't
think
get anywhere.
yeah, I was gonna say. I thought
Well,
you'd
what's
have it.
killing them is the razor blade wire. Nobody wants to touch it.
Right. So that whole 2.6. Or most of it.
Well, that's not right, but they're saying here, these 1.7 does not add up to the 2.6. That's what they're saying. Sorry, the numbers don't track. But we delayed it last year. We pulled the money from it last year because it wasn't going forward. And now
I don't want
this
to,
roof replacement is kind of interconnected with the booking area. Because they're gonna redo the whole booking area and all of that in different ways. And I think they're also putting in a sally port, dealing with a sally port and all of that. It's gonna get into your roofing. I'm sorry, you can't do one without the other. One way or another. So they're integrated.
How much did you say that?
1.7, but we have,
should we have them back in for more
we
information?
had 2.6 for you.
So I think we should have them back from because this is not matching up.
Yeah.
What was the date of the presentation you were referencing?
Wait a second.
So that another number?
16.
16?
No, I said 200,000.
Okay, so 200K. All right, well, that's something, right? I'm just keeping a tally. I know that Joe is too, but.
So are we okay with
Instead of this one.
asking for them to come back?
Yeah.
Get more information on that. The Newport sprinkler system. What are you doing?
Well, I can't remember.
Huh?
I can't remember what mine is, so.
Oh, all right, okay. This is basically starting design work and maybe doing some work, but it's not until 27. Because they didn't have the capacity to get any more projects out the door in 26.
Correct.
So they put $1 million. We could put half and
Sure.
revisit it,
Gotta get it going.
get them going. It's 27. It's not next, it's not.
And not 250?
I would go half, no.
Okay. I just asked.
Line 30.
Wait, what line?
What do you want to do with it?
It's gonna be 30, and in 27, you would cut it from $1 million to $500,000. Line 30.
It's just gonna start doing design,
That's for
and then
revisit.
bumped it out
Yeah,
to
yeah,
27
that's for
because they don't have their,
Yep, exactly.
And total would be 500,000.
You bet.
Line 30. Oh, yeah, let's we're finding all kinds of money here.
because
Not enough.
I'll tell you, find more money. I would definitely look at BGS planning, reuse and contingency. Some money in there.
Say that again, please.
The planning, reuse and contingency on BGS's part, there's a lot of money sitting there. We haven't, they're not putting in any money for the women's correctional facility.
Right.
I think we have about,
16.
is it 16? I was gonna
That's the
say
number
about
that
15.
everyone has been saying. 16K. I
Yes.
mean, million.
No.
Yes.
So right
God
now,
bless you.
on that, we just gotta wait to see what happens.
So for somebody like the women's facility, not that we're gonna have money, but to the extent that if we found some money, is it permissible to add it to that pile? So obviously you can't pay for that thing in a capital bill. It's just, that's not possible.
Right, you can add it to that file, maybe something else. Yeah, you could do that.
I'm not saying that that'll be, we might just not have the capacity to do it, but there's no like policy reason why we can't prohibit us from doing that.
No, oh, you could do that. Usually what we end up doing, if there's any balance, weird balance, at the bottom of the spreadsheet, we stick it in major maintenance.
I mean, I will say it's like strange to me, the women's prison, because when they came in last year, it was, we gotta bank this, we gotta bank this, we can't be paying for all of this, like in the future, every year we gotta bank, you know?
Right.
And then there's nothing this year, so like.
Well, I think what's happening is that you gotta get through working with Essex, because that's a mess. I mean, it's just not.
You know, you're gonna need the money. And I'm not trying to be mean to anyone, but if you look at the proposals for years down the road,
I don't know.
it's kicking the can down the road on everything.
We've been doing that for 50 years.
But that doesn't mean that it's a good idea.
No, but the money,
Right.
money doesn't go far enough. It's part of the issue.
Yeah.
Money doesn't go far enough and you want to keep your credit rating. You know, so you're gonna work with, that's why with the capital bill, sometimes it's been as high as 80 million a year. And other times it's down to 30. Goes up and down. It's a 10-year cycle. 10-year cycle for everything.
And some of it's worse. I mean, not to get off topic, but like when you're talking about kicking the can down the road, you think about pension liabilities, right? So
Well, that's not even in our bailiwick.
I know, but like it's about state money because you kick that down the road, you gave up all your interest, you know, your compound interest. So now the amount we're far behind is more money the state has to come out of the general fund to pay for this, therefore less projects. So
So the other piece that I really want to look at too is the Northern State boiler replacement. Because we put a lot of
which
money,
line is that?
Line 34?
yeah. So we put a lot of money into that, and I don't know if that's moving forward. We have,
Oh, it's not on last one.
It doesn't appear until 28, 29. No, it's in 27. No, excuse me, my
25
eyes
was
are
3.5 million, they didn't touch it.
28, 29. It's
You
not
said-
28, 29 for more money.
Where'd you see it in the last one?
But you're saying there's money there, Alice, that
They,
we put,
FY 25 was 3.5 million,
Yes,
untouched.
Where did I see that?
well, they're doing it.
that's
for repro.
our, that's
Oh, repro.
our
Okay.
24, 25 sheet.
But I don't, where Oh, okay, it's upstairs, it's up at BGS's. I knew it was around. Line 17 last year's, they had 3.5 million.
Yeah.
Yes. And they weren't moving forward on that last year.
Mm-hmm.
And, and this year they haven't put anything in, so I would really question how far they've gone into 3.5.
Well, they testified on January 16th that they haven't touched it.
Right.
We could. So. Okay. And that was by 25.
And those are bonded dollars.
You said we could.
Yeah, they were bonded, yeah.
So we need that.
To put two
Could-
million into this one.
Well, I'm wondering,
That's
Well, I mean,
28.
20, so, right.
we could do a variety of things with that 3.5.
Is it all bonded?
Yeah, there was a little cash, but we pulled it into bonding last year, so it was 600,000 cash. And we pulled it in because they weren't moving it. So what we did, we kept it at the governor, well, we kept it what we had, it was 3.5, they weren't moving forward. They proposed 600,000 in cash for it. He said, if you haven't moved on 3.5, you don't need 600,000 in cash.
Mm-hmm.
So we zeroed that out in cash.
Testimony also was design is to begin at the end of January, construction to begin spring 26,
For,
the boiler.
that's the whole, the design would get done in 26.
It says, it says at the end of January, so I don't know. We got this testimony in mid-January,
Mhm.
so we can touch back to see if that design is actually started.
Right.
Construction to begin spring 26, a year from this.
Mhm.
So construction begins the summer of 26,
Spring.
Bring,
of calendar 26 or fiscal.
Calendar.
I'm saying spring, so I'm thinking calendar.
So both.
right.
That's what you always have to delineate,
I understand.
trying to figure it out.
January
It
1st.
Changes your fiscal years.
It's July 1st.
Yeah, it changes your fiscal year. So that
That would be FY 27,
spring of 26 is.
Well, just
FY
prior to-
26.
just prior to FY 27. And they've got 3.5
Right.
and supposedly only design by the end of June. Should have already started.
If it's,
That's the testing.
right.
So it seems like a little touchback. We don't have
And
chat with them.
then 25 million, no, sorry, 2 million. Proposed in FY 28, 29.
I don't,
Supposedly, my guess is to close out that.
so we need more information.
Oh, there's a lot of money here between Newport at 3.5 and St. Albans at 2.6 and another 1 million or 1.2. It's a lot of money floating there. And I'm just wondering, either allow, like what we originally proposed, being able to move that money around between the roof and the booking expansion, St. Albans. But I'm also wondering if you cut back a little bit more on St. Albans and allow them to dig into some of the 3.5 for Newport. See where all those projects are, because if Newport is not going forward as quickly as possible, why are we tying up 3.5 million?
Mhm.
I mean,
Definitely worth talking about.
Kevin, the look on your face is precious.
Oh, what?
I don't know, it's just like, this is how it's done.
That's
You're-
a look of.
You're
Accounting,
Huh?
accounting.
You're keeping up,
I'm an
right?
engineer, not an accountant,
Yeah,
so I'm listening.
That's the look of. If this is
Paying
private sector,
attention.
you'd be paying.
we do a lot of wanting to know what the flow of the money is.
No, I understand, but like you would think that the accounting to have the information together in one spot, and I know you've asked for it. But all the years we've been doing it.
Well, that's kind of the way they.
It blows your mind, yeah.
Yeah.
So when I'm hearing testimony at the beginning of the year, I'm calculating how we're gonna put this together. You know, and when you were just dealing with bonded dollars, it was easier. It was easier.
Right.
But now you've got this other cash, and we're always making adjustments whenever we put together capital bills. We're always moving money around all over the place.
Okay.
So we'll get BGS back. Talk about DOC.
Yeah.
And Phil, we can deal with that.
Not only that, if you could mark this thing up and theoretically appropriations would take every nickel of that kid. They could. I mean, probably they won't, probably, but they could.
Right.
We could.
Could.
So I would try to do as tight a job as we can. I also want to. Troy, help me, there was.
Sorry, thankfully that was water, but. My mistake. That's it.
Oh, that happens.
Oh, it's on my capital bill though. Sorry.
That in the sun.
I mean,
I know that's not gonna do anything.
yeah.
It's also this is the coffee.
No, it's not coffee, it's just water.
Is that-
Smells like smells like vodka.
It's a lot of whiskey, right?
Yeah.
Folks were on.
Why don't you, there was something. I think it was in your reallocations, it was for the security. And you figured all that, out. You can get into that with the reallocations.
You wanna wait?
Yeah, that was dealing with residential.
$600,000, 680, I think. Yeah, 680. I mean, we have $1 million of reallocation.
See, that's what I don't understand on that one, because we gave them 50,000 last year. For the Essex River Valley Therapeutic Trust. It's
No,
not the same thing.
no, it's is it
Oh, it's
here?
the Essex, it's the trailers.
Right.
No, it's because they have, where did they have geothermal? Because that's what they're pulling back.
That's the old Woodside. Secure residential is the old
They
Woodside.
do have geothermal there. So this is the thing that, right, you said that there was gonna be, we had 1.4 million over it. They want to keep 750 of it because they're still tweaking the
They
geothermal.
had some last year.
Before, do you remember?
It was for facility requirement reviews and construction of improvements. Essex River Valley Therapeutic.
Sure, it's not the, it's, no,
No, because they've already done the renovations. That was to hold the 4 juveniles, justice involved juveniles.
no, I'm
They've already
talking
done the
about
work.
it wasn't tied to the forensics renovations at all?
No, they haven't done that. Can you give us a few minutes? No, that's fine. And then you can come in. Right, thanks.
Let me just find it quick. I want to get the language that Wanda gave us in that.
There's 50,000 here that we put in specifically last year. And I think it's the same place. There is a lot of money kind of out there that can't get your hands around.
This is a 2022. I missed something. This is a 2022 allocation,
Can read me too well.
2022 allocation. And I'm thinking it was the overage, 2022 AHS res recovery facility. That's the only information I have from the depth ID. 1.43 million. This project is not 100% completed. This is Wanda's testimony. We are still using the new geothermal system. Modifications need to occur. Resolutions are not resolved. BGS requires that 750,000 of that 1.43 remain to complete the project. The balance, 680,000, may be reallocated.
That's gotta be the middle, that's gotta be the old Woodside, the secure residential.
2022,
Is that calendar year? Or is that- See, that's. the
That's-
problem.
Either way, it's 4 years ago.
trying to remember how to read the depth IDs. This is Building General Services Unit, depth ID 22050000. Scott told us how to read this.
Two is see the calendar,
22, I think it's fiscal year 22.
Yeah.
so that would have been done during the budget year of 21. When we were home.
You weren't here.
They, no, that's not gonna come.
I don't remember when we added more money to the secure residential. Because originally it was 16 million. to do
I remember coming in and you talking about that. That we had to add.
We
money.
added more money.
Was it 1.4 million?
It was close to it, I think, because we added more money to the Williston Barracks at the same time, because that was coming in over budget. It's all because of COVID and supply chain. Prices were going up and we had completed. And I can't remember, I think we put in the full amount for the secure residential when we were on Zoom in 21. Because that's when we changed plans for the in Donahue,
Right.
for the EIPs.
Oh, yes, I remember
It all on
I
Zoom.
remember it well.
Yeah,
And now you're saying also that
and we put in 50,000
the
last.
line is, there it is.
Facility requirements review and construction of improvements. Now that might have been to transfer some of those beds over to a forensic unit.
That's what that 50,000 looks like a placeholder. It doesn't look like. What's the language on that? Hold on. What's the bill number from that?
It's 882 Act 162, because all of that came in during the conference committee. We were getting to conference at that point, because your committee upstairs was saying, well, you can just use the secure residential to house forensic people and do the EIPs. Do you remember that?
I'm not saying I agreed.
No, but that's what your committee did last year.
Mhm.
And towards the end of the session, I'm going, whoa, wait a minute, it wasn't built to
Mhm.
handle the EIPs. And that's when I started bringing this up to be.
All right.
honest.
You want the language?
Is this in our capital bill last year?
Yes.
Okay.
Commissioner of Buildings and General Services, in consultation with the Commissioner of Mental Health, shall review the facility requirements related to incorporating the use of emergency involuntary procedures and involuntary medication at the River Valley Secure Residential Facility in Essex. Commissioner shall report on or before February 1, 2025 to us in Senate. The findings of the review. So we put $50,000 aside.
That's what this 50 is.
What's that?
That's what this 50 is.
Yeah,
Yes.
for the,
Renovations.
yeah.
We need to have.
but we were to have gotten a report on that February.
Yeah. Well, we did. So we got that, we got a lot circling around, and I think what I'm gonna spend time over the week is really go through the language of last year's capital bill, which I should have done to date, or just haven't. And really try to tie up some of these moving pieces. And anyone that feels so inclined could also work on doing that over the weekend, over the week.
That's a remind, especially new people, to bring your binder and look at it. And it's not gonna hurt you.
And organize it.
I mean, it might hurt you, but it'll be a good thing.
I mean, I guess, the thing is, I need to spend quiet.
I was thinking that doesn't fit in his overhead.
What? That's what you said.
One thing that's not possible to know the intent on the person on the floor.
So I'm call it a day. We've had enough. So
Point of order.
I hope everyone has a really good week off. Say hi to, say hi to Greer.
Yes.
It's well. Yeah, I hope John, I'm worried about John. I'm more worried about him than I was about me. This just came off this stupid infection with the cat. You know, but I hope everyone has a really good a week.
All that includes you and get better.
Yes.
Phil,
Thanks.
you get
Yep.
better. And if you have any thoughts or questions or things pop up, give me a call, text me, email me. I'm home. We're all,
Yeah, still.
yeah, we're still on. And, but have a good time, week, rest up, and